This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Pure happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Monday, September 21, and this is your Barbados Today Afternoon Update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A 5-year plan to tackle illicit drugs is now before Cabinet for consideration. Attorney General and Home Affairs Minister Adriel Brathwaite made the announcement at a national seminar on illicit drug production, synthetic drugs, and a new psychoactive substance now on the way at the Crane Beach Hotel. The seminar brings together workers from various departments, including the police, post office, and the drug service.
We do need to strengthen some sections legislatively, and that once Cabinet approves that, I will get that done. Because we have not had a comprehensive plan in many years. I don't remember how far back it goes, but we have not had one in many years. We're a bit behind in terms of our commitments to CCAD, in terms of having the internationally accepted framework, which is part of the reason why we've been working so hard over the last year to get the drug plan finalized.
Meantime, head of the Supply and Reduction section of the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission revealed that new drugs on the market are creating new challenges,
including the traditional plant-based drugs like cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, and also the synthetic drugs like ecstasy and methamphetamine. And then a new focus on the new psychoactive substances, which provide a particularly difficult challenge for countries because they're not scheduled in any way internationally or nationally, and that provides countries with some challenges in controlling these drugs, which are particularly toxic. The awareness and expertise in the officials that deal with these drugs. If you are not aware of these substances, you don't see them. And the systems for gathering data, both through the police and customs, but also through the household surveys and programs of that type, unless you ask the questions, you have no idea of the existence of these substances. And therefore, you have a hard time developing policy and programs to deal with them. Traditionally, within the Caribbean, the focus has been on cocaine, heroin, and marijuana in various degrees, and of course alcohol. These substances are, for the most part, off the radar, but nonetheless exist. And with, as the AG said, with the different functions that take place, the influx of tourism, satisfying the tourist trade for drugs, all of those are going to provide opportunities for these drugs to leak into the community.
Kitchen staff at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital are still off the job. Last Friday, the workers walked away from their posts, complaining it was unbearable to work in the kitchen because extractor fans were not working. President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, tells Barbados Today while he has received a communication from the hospital stating that the extractor fans were in the process of being installed, they are not yet in place. As a result, the workers cannot return to work until the issue is resolved. More and more Barbadians are turning to the Employment Rights Tribunal to settle grievances with their employers. But Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayer says not every case will go before the body. Speaking at a Democratic Labour Party branch meeting in St. George last evening, she says since the tribunal issued its first ruling back in July, it had been flooded with cases. But she cautioned that matters brought to the Labour Department must first go through the process before it can reach the tribunal.
So when you come with an issue, they will investigate. They will speak to all involved. They will speak to your employer. If you come as the worker, they will speak to your employer, and they will try to conciliate. They will put the parties down and they will have a chat and see how the matter can be resolved. But what will happen then, if it is not resolved then it will go to the Employment Rights Tribunal. So not everything that comes, that you come and bring because you want to go to the tribunal will necessarily go to the tribunal. It will go through the process. and the tribunal is the last recourse.
The state-owned transport board won't be looking outside to increase its current fleet of buses. Word of this from Transport Minister Michael Lashley, who told the board's 60th anniversary service that the government will be awarding contracts to local manufacturers to construct the bodies of the vehicles.
We're looking to purchase locally built buses. The cost of us will be less than if you purchase a whole bus from any company overseas. The other advantage of that is that it will increase employment using local mechanics, local electricians, some other skill sets that are local in terms of building those buses.
A national cleanup of the island's beaches over the weekend has been declared a success, but there were some worrying finds. At one of the most popular beaches, Browns Beach, students and staff of St. Gabriel's Primary uncovered much more than debris and sargassum weed as they cleaned the area.
We've found a lot of interesting things, what you would expect to find on a beach. Lots of styrofoam plates and plastic bottles and cans and glass bottles and so on. But also there's some very large items. We found a couple of tires, wood from boats, mattresses, sticks and pipes and so on. We found a lot of things, not just on the beach, but in the trees and by the sea grape bushes and so on. The children are very enthusiastic about doing the cleanup, and it really helps to make them aware of the problem that we have with garbage and people littering. So we're trying to teach them not to litter in the first place, therefore we wouldn't be having to do things like this.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To the region now, thousands are gathered at Cuba's historic Revolution Square as Pope Francis holds Mass. It's day 3 of his historic visit to the island, and he's been heaping praises on the Cuban government. He's particularly pleased with improving ties between Washington and Havana, saying it was an example of reconciliation for the whole world. The Pope called on the church in Cuba to have the freedom and the means to pursue its mission. On the world front, Alexis Tsipras is back in charge of Greece. His left-wing Syriza party won yesterday's general election. The party captured just over 35% of the vote, slightly down on its previous result, but still short of the majority. The party was first elected in January, but Tsipras lost his majority back in August after his government accepted tough conditions for Greece's third international bailout. Tsipras says Greece face a difficult road ahead, but his party now has a clear mandate to guide the country through its financial crisis.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this great victory, for this clear victory. We gave a tough and difficult fight, and today I feel vindicated because the Greek people gave a clear mandate for us to continue to battle in and out of the country to elevate our people's dignity.
And with that, we come to the end of our afternoon update. But for more news and sports, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Be sure to join us again this evening.